This update is going to be huge. Brawl boxes are coming back, at least for a limited time. 2 new brawlers, including a thrower that heals. There's mega boxes, 7 new hypercharges, a new hypercharged skin, 3 brawlers are getting reworks, mega boxes, and 3 new game modes. Did I mention mega boxes? Now, first off, let's take a look at the brand new brawlers. In the July season, which is the Gods vs. Monsters season, we are going to be getting Barry. Barry is part of Mandy's trio, working and selling ice cream. He is an epic brawler that's a thrower, but also a healer, but also an assassin? Let me explain. Now, at max level, Barry has 5,400 hit points, which is quite a lot for a thrower. Now, on the downside, his main shot only deals 1,320 damage at max level. On the bright side, that shot stays on the ground for quite some time. It looks like it's about 6 seconds. However, he is much more than just another thrower, because with his main attack, Barry can throw it at his teammates and they will be healed as well. Now, the healing is pretty low at 660 hit points of healing per tick, but again, it sticks around for a while, and he can heal himself in this way as well, making his survivability even better. But with his super, he kind of becomes an assassin. With this ability, he launches himself forward with his tail, spinning around, dealing 3,040 damage to anyone he hits in his path, as well as leaving a patch of ice cream on the ground that does more damage and, of course, more healing. Now, my first gut reaction is that Barry is going to be very versatile and very useful in many team comps. He's gonna be good, but I'll explain everything that you need to know about Barry very soon. Now, the second brawler coming with the season in August is going to be Clancy. Clancy is a mythic damage-dealing lobster brawler and part of Hank's trio, although he actually isn't a lobster. As you can see, it's just an inflatable because you can see the air inlet port on the costume itself, but he does have 6,600 hit points at max level, which that's just average. Now, Clancy is a little more complicated than Barry, but you can think of him like a base idea of like Surge, but with some twists. He has 3 stages that you progress through. You start at bronze, and by dealing damage, you level up to silver. Now, note that you don't have to do anything like use your super to level up like Surge does. It just happens. And then finally, he moves on to gold rank. Now, with each rank, your abilities increase, although it does look like his ranks do not reset, as we see him respawning, and he's still at silver rank, although that could just be a star power. Now, here are the differences between the 3 stages. At stage 1, his shot is just a single shot that deals 1,600 damage, and his super fires off a bunch of shots in a large cone, dealing 1,200 damage per bullet. Now, at stage 2, he gets a dual shot, 2 back-to-back main shots, which of course deal 3,200 damage if they both hit, which is likely since they're so close to each other. However, his super at stage 2 is much wider and it shoots further as well. Now, at stage 3, his main shot becomes 4 shots. 2 shots in the middle, like stage 2, and then 2 that are really spread out at angles, sort of like Bonnie's mutation. Now, if all 4 of these shots hit, that's 6,400 damage, but it's highly unlikely that you're going to hit all 4 when you're at range. However, get up close and you are going to erase people. Now, also in stage 3, his super is going to deal 50% more damage per bullet, as well as he will move faster while using his super. Clancy looks like he's going to be super dangerous once he ranks up, and if he does always stay ranked up through death, he is going to be a force later in games, and to have his ability to have 4 shots hit at close range, it's going to be rough if you're the close range brawler that's facing off against him. I mean, he can almost 2-shot a maxed out Frank, although Frank is getting a hypercharge and a rework, which we're going to talk about here in a second after we get to perhaps my favorite thing in this update, mega boxes. Now, as part of the Classic Brawl event starting on July the 12th and running through the 31st, boxes are back. Well, sort of. First off, what's inside of a mega box? Well, the pool draws from brawlers, bling, PowerPoints, cosmetics like skins, including the new Rico hypercharged skin and its color variations, and even gems. Now, that sounds great, but how do you get the mega boxes? You need 12 star tokens to get 1 mega box. Now you get 1 star token for the first win of the day. Some game modes have a star token, and getting a win there rewards you with it. Now these refresh daily, and special weekly quests will also have star tokens. There will also be a challenge for a mega box as well. We don't know how many boxes are in that, but probably at least 1. You can save up your mega boxes and open them all at once, or you can just open them as you get them. And if you open 10 mega boxes, you're going to get that hypercharged Rico Sovereign skin. Also coming in the update are 3 brand new game modes. The first 2 of these modes will be in the Classic Brawl event, and the first one is called Mirror Match, where every brawler is the same. Honestly, it kind of sounds a little bit lame, like they showed all the 6 Pokos on the field at the same time, like I guess just no one ever dies. But the second one is called Drum Roll, and this one does look really cool. In this game mode, every time you get a kill, you transform into a new brawler, and if you make it through all 7 brawlers in that match, well then you win. Now they showed 7 of the brawlers here at the top, but my guess is that the pool is going to draw from the 21 original brawlers. Now in these classic mode, brawlers are going to be capped at power level 9 with the first star power and no gadgets, no gears, no hypercharges, just like it was in the old days.
Back in my day, we didn't need no stinking hypercharges. We didn't need no gears or gadgets. We just played the game in its purest form.
And speaking of hypercharges, we have 7 brand new hypercharges. The first one is going to Barley, where he throws 3 huge drinks that cover a bigger area rather than the 5 small drinks, as well as they destroy bushes, but not walls. Sort of like Amber's super whenever she lights it on fire and burns bushes. Frank's looks actually kind of crazy. He has a huge 360-degree area AoE stun. That one is going to be nuts. Pop your gadget, let that fly, and you are going to do some work. For Angelo, his super will not be stationary anymore, but rather it'll follow him around wherever he goes so he can just kill anybody at will. Sounds good. Piper's is really interesting. With her hypercharged super, first off, she drops 2 extra bombs. She will also jump faster, and wherever she lands, if she lands on a brawler, she will knock them back, as well as she destroys any kind of cover, not only grass, but also breaks walls. For Ems, it's kind of like a massive friend zone gadget. She knocks players back with a huge AoE pushback, as well as deals damage to them, and then she can just melt them as she normally does. Now, if you didn't get enough of Rico's mutation, it's back in the form of his hypercharge. For his hypercharge super, his shots are going to bounce much further. Is it going to be as crazy as the mutations? I don't know. I haven't tried it yet, but if it's anywhere close to it, it's gonna be good. And then for Gale, his super is going to be extremely wide, and he's going to fire off 2 sets of snow walls, or ice blasts, or snowball storm, whatever. It's gonna be two of them. Not 1, but 2. We're also getting 3 brawlers that are getting reworks. The biggest rework of them all is going to be for Frank. With Frank's new rework, his shots will fire faster the lower his health goes. Combine this with his hypercharge, and Frank is going to be a nasty brawler. In fact, if you look at the clip where Cordelius was attacking him, I don't know how fast that attack speed is, but it's ridiculous. Now for Meg, while she is in mech form, she will fire more projectiles, but with reduced damage, as well as her range will get shorter by a good amount. Now the reason they did this is because they want Meg to play more aggressively, which of course she'll have to get closer because her range is shorter. So how's it gonna play out? I don't know. And then for Chester, his Bellomania star power, where he has 4 rounds of shots instead of 3, is now standard. And replacing that star power is one that will increase the damage on his first shot. And it looks like that damage is going to be doubled on his first and single fire shot. Now the third new game mode is coming in the August season, and it's called Paint Brawl. Now the objective here is to cover more of the map with your team's color. And it looks like you can paint the area by kicking the paintball around, as well as defeating other brawlers. And also it looks like the jellyfish bumper tiles are back, which bumper tiles are a lot of fun, so looks kind of cool. There's also some other notable changes, like Hank has got his mastery title changed to Prawn Ready. Now if they would just change Crow's mastery to the boss of bosses. Honestly, way better than Caca. Oh, also, I noticed some balance changes. Melody is getting her hit points decreased from 8,200 currently down to 7,200. However, Hank is going to get his hit points buffed from 10,800 up to 11,200. And then finally, it looks like Janet is getting a damage increase, although it's It's very small, from 1960 currently up to 2000. They've also made some quality of life changes as well as some tweaks on some other things, like now you'll be able to see what year your account was created. Also, Brock's model got changed. Is it better though? You can also get your own unique Supercell ID handle. You can invite your friends with a QR code now, as well as you can send friend requests easier. And using the play again feature or playing in a team will get you extra XP for every match. And then finally, if you've made it to Masters League, you can see your global position in your profile. And then of course we have a bunch of new skins. Now for the Classic Brawl mini theme, of course we're going to have the hypercharged Rico skin, which is called Sovereign Rico, as well as there are 2 different color variations of the skin, and I think the skin looks really cool, although I still think they're overpriced. And then we have Deputy Brock, Stellar Shelly, Rouge Ricochet, Boomer Dynamite, and Sheriff Shelly. Now aside from the Rico hypercharged skin, all these kind of look like just recolors, so I wouldn't guess them to be too expensive, except maybe the Stellar Shelly one. That one does look a little bit cooler, but the other ones, it looks like they're just basic recolors, so that's good. We always need some cheaper option skins for some of these brawlers, and there we go. Of course, I'm just guessing right now on the rarities. I could be totally wrong. Maybe they'll be really expensive, but this is just what I think that they're going to be. Now for the July Brawl Pass season, which is the Gods vs. Monsters season, we are going to have Poseidon RT, Dionysius Angelo, Medusa Ems, which is the Brawl Pass skin, and she gets 2 color variations with Ruby Medusa and Sapphire Medusa. Then we have Minotaur Bull, Harpy Melody, which is the rank skin of the season, as well as Athena Piper. These ones do look pretty cool, and so I don't know what the rarities are, but I would guess that there are going to be some more expensive skins there. Now for the August Brawl Pass season, which is called Paint Brawl, the Brawl Pass skin of the season is going to be Sandy, and we have Jellyfish Sandy, Neon Jellyfish Sandy, and Glowing Jellyfish Sandy, which Sandy always gets the coolest skins, man. Then we have Tentacle Bonnie, Cuttlefish Jackie, Shell Blaster Gale, which is the rank skin of the season, and then lastly we have Aquamarine Sprout, which is probably my favorite of the bunch. There's also a little mini theme with the pirates, and for that we're going to be getting Sea Dog Ruffs, Buccaneer Barley, and Man-O-War Doug, which I actually like all 3 of these skins. They don't look over the top, but maybe like epic rarity skins, they look good. And then we have some remodels. Of course, we've got the Brock remodel, which they probably won't have remodeled all of his skins, and there are a lot of them. But they did rework Viking Bull again. And the 3rd time's the charm, maybe, because this one looks pretty good, as well as it has a color variation in Norse Raider Bull. And then the ugliest skin in the game, in Caveman Frank, got slightly better. I still don't like it, but I guess it's better than what we had. And also, there's going to be a color variation of that called Prehistoric Frank, which I think looks better than Caveman Frank, but again, it's not a great skin in my opinion, but I mean, it's better than the worst skin ever. And then last, but certainly not least, we have the 2 Supercell make skins. For Mr. P, we are getting Mr. Dragonfruit, which I really like. It's a great looking skin. And then for Amber, we are getting Bubble Trouble Amber, which kind of made me think it was a BB skin at first until I saw it. She, you know, throws out bubbles everywhere. Kind of want to be caught in that, except that it hurts. But bubbles don't hurt. Except they do in Brawl Stars. And that is what we learned in Brawl Talk, but come back tomorrow and I got more goodies for you.